much for coming out tonight. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Aztec Shawnee Theater. Yes, please give it up for Jeff and the rest of the staff here at the Aztec. Give it up for Jeff, please. I am so excited to showcase the talents of not one, not two, but 3 comedians tonight, one of which is all the way from Los Angeles, Mr. Andy Hendrickson. But until then, you're stuck with me. My name is Zach Favorite, just like your favorite color. Thanks for coming to the show. What's up, front row? What do we think of the tables? Cool, what's your name? Michael, thanks for telling me. Last show I did, I asked this woman, I said, what's your name? And she said, pass. I was like, I didn't know that was allowed. Anybody got a rule book? I'd have to get the referee in here. But thank you for coming to the show. Michael, are you guys celebrating anything? Okay, came to see Andy. Okay, cool. What about over here? What are we celebrating? Just Friday, end of a work week? Okay. What kind of work do you do? Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, so tell me this. Do you ever give your friends like free advice based on your skill set? Maybe like with advertising or anything like that? No, okay. That's okay. I wish I could do that. I don't have that privilege. During the day, I am a speech therapist. So when I'm on a first date and I give a woman free advice based on my skill set, usually doesn't end with the second date. But yeah, like I said, I am a speech therapist, speech language pathologist. I work with adults. Just recently, I was in this woman's apartment for speech therapy, and she said, is it okay if we leave the TV on? My brother-in-law is going to be on this program. And I said, yeah, sure, what's the name of the show? And she said, Dateline. I was like, oh, so your brother-in-law, he's a reporter. She was like, guess again. Yeah. We did not get to see her brother-in-law on TV that day, but we did get to see the new MasterCard commercial. Have you guys seen that? Anybody seen the new MasterCard commercial? Okay, let me tell you, it will change your life. Okay, so this man and his young daughter are out shopping, and they get to the counter, and he takes out his little card, and he taps it on the machine, and the cashier says, and who do you tap for? And he's like, what? And she says, with MasterCard, every time you tap your card, you can donate to Stand Up for Cancer. So, who do you tap for? And then there's kind of a pause, and then his young daughter, she says, what about Auntie Gigi? And the guy looks at the cashier and he says, my sister, she's a fighter. Doesn't that just warm your heart? Just to recap, he forgot that his sister has cancer. He's like, who? Who? Oh, Gigi. Yeah, my sister, she's a fighter. She's got kicked out of like 7 bars. But yeah, mom and dad just won't kick her out of the will. What kind of brother is that? Okay, he better watch out for Gigi, okay? They're about to both be on Dateline, if you know what I mean. Okay, but like I said, I do like my job. I am kind of ready for a vacation, kind of a just because, you know. I don't really know where I'm going to travel, though. Definitely not in the Midwest, sorry. The commercials are cute, but they're like, hey, do you like ocean water and palm trees? Well, in Nebraska, we got water and trees. I saw a commercial for Travel Wichita, please. It was like, Wichita! Come by the park! Say hello at the museum! Stop by the library! I was like, no. The library. That's your best foot forward. When I was in college, there was an ad floating around that said, why die on Mars when you can live in South Dakota? And I was like, you know what? Checkmate. I never looked at it from that angle. I guess the only upside of living in South Dakota is living. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but there's a lot of people that die in South Dakota, okay? I was in South Dakota. You pick up any newspaper, they got a whole section dedicated to people who have died in South Dakota. Okay? And if you want my opinion, I'd rather die on Mars. Heck, at least I made it to Mars. Okay? But, you know, when I was doing my research, I realized, you know, where I want to travel, I realized you don't have to go very far to be amazed, you know? You don't have to go to Mars to be wowed. You don't have to go to South Dakota, okay? Sometimes there's just remarkable things just in your own zip code. Like, take this. Just yesterday, I was at a red light, and this woman in front of me, her car had a bumper sticker that said, "World's Best Hairstylist." I was like, oh my gosh. Like, what? I was just like, on a Thursday, somebody pinched me. I'm behind the world's best hairstylist. You know, but then I had to gather myself. I was like, Zach, stop thinking about yourself and how lucky you are to be behind the world's best hairstylist. Okay? Think about her situation. Okay? What happened where one day she's hair royalty, and then some turn of events takes place, and now she's an Uber associate, driving a 2012 Ford Fiesta with 2 spare tires. But you know what? I'm not here to judge. You know, I don't know her story. Maybe she fell on hard times. Maybe it was a Sweeney Todd situation. I don't know. But you know what I do know? I bet she treated all of her clients like they were special. And you know what they say? People will forget what you say. They will forget what you do. But they will always remember, help me out, that they helped you move. Those people never forget, okay? I moved 4 years ago, and you better believe every single person that carried one lamp, okay, opened one door, they had since called me up weeks, months, years later, okay? This happened to me this month. I got a call, this guy was like, hey, Zach, what's up? I was like, what it is, you know? Who is this? He was like, it's Ryan. I was like, that doesn't help. He was like, yeah, my family, we're moving tomorrow. We're gonna get started at 11. We've loaded most of the stuff. So yeah, we're gonna get started at 11. And I was like, oh, Ryan with the pickup. Oh yeah, no, yeah, hey, what's going on? And you know, he was telling the truth, right? Like, there are only a few things left we had to load. It was the kitchen table, the washer, the dryer, the piano, and the treadmill. So between that and the pickleball league that I'm in, who needs a gym? But yeah, my friends are like, Zach, you're playing pickleball? You just turned 30. You should be playing tennis. And you know, I never really got into the whole tennis thing. When I was in high school, I wanted to play tennis, but I was told that tennis was for wimps, and I wanted to look tough, you know? So I didn't do tennis. I did theater. That's where all the tough kids are. You know? Who else did theater in here? Where you at? Yeah. Did you guys see Wicked? Okay. The 8th grader in me was like, I've waited so long. And the cast, okay? I know I'm not the only guy that pictures himself with Ariana Grande, okay? I'm just a man. I mean, seriously, the woman is flawless. Is there anything she can't do? I mean, she can't stay married, but is there anything else the woman can't do? Just curious. But like I said, I just turned 30. Anybody else anybody, who's celebrating a birthday?
Jenna!
You guys are just here for Jenna's birthday party. You were here for Jenna's birthday party, yes. But yeah, I turned 30 recently, and we went to a bar very close to here, and the bartender gave me some really good advice, so I will leave you with this. She said, okay, you're 30 now, we gotta exfoliate more. We need to take our vitamins at night. And she said, every couple of months, set off some firecrackers outside your apartment window. Keep that rent down. My name is Zach Faber. Thank you so much! Who's ready to keep this night rolling?